Good morning, guys. Morning where I am. Just going to wait for the team to come into the chat, and then we'll start it off. If one of the team could unmute people as well, that would be good. Just allowing you all to speak. 1 second.
You want everyone live now? Unmuted. You're on mute.
So,
there you go.
With me, you'll see that I'm very early in the morning. My kids are asleep, so you'll see my washing machine just behind me, sitting on the laundry floor. Try and stay quiet. Coffee in hand. Any of my team in here? There you go. Hey guys, I can't hear anyone.
Morning. No, I was muted, but I'm here. Ben's muted as well. But how we doing?
Very well, very well. So we'll just wait for a few more people to jump in. I'll see if Doc Crypto is up and about. It's 6:30 his time as well. So the energy's somewhat lifted in the channel, which is nice. We've rolled out a bit of marketing in the last couple of days, a couple of big ones on some pretty big channels, Bloomberg and Market Watch and Yahoo Finance. So the press releases are out for that. We've the Alts Co one has been getting a great response, particularly the write-up that those guys did about the nature of film finance and how it favors the money people, and how this is a revolutionary ecosystem that rewards the creators and community in filmmaking. So anyone who hasn't read it, there's a link in the Telegram channel. And if you guys, I think we're simulcasting on different channels at the moment. So if you're in, we'll drop them in those channels as well. And have a good read of that, because it's got a podcast attached to it that runs for about an hour and a half, which talks extensively about the project, and also a great write-up from them, which is fantastic. Let me just got a message. Crypto. See if he can put he's in here. Put his video on. If you can hear. He might be a bit bleary-eyed like me. So, welcome everyone to the NFT puzzle launch. We've been working really hard on this for quite a few weeks now, and it's been a lot of work for the whole team, just in terms of making the puzzle work, getting all the clues out there without you guys cottoning on too much about what they are, spreading it across the socials, and building a series of integrated web pages that are part of the puzzle. And the puzzle is a treasure hunt, so it will take you through the story of the film and the characters of the film. It'll take you on a journey across the internet to different places. It'll take you through our utilities as well and our social media accounts. There'll be some tasks that have to be performed at different places. It's very cryptic. In places, it's going to be extremely hard to solve. So I imagine you guys as a community are probably going to have to get together. There he is. He bleary-eyed Dan in his Led Zepp tea and his coffee. Yeah, I think it's going to be something that is designed for the community to talk to each other in the channels. And so one of the things is, unveiling NFTs, giving away prizes, giving away RTGN, giving away free NFTs. But also we encourage the community to really get in the channels and help each other solve parts of the riddles. There are things that need certain skill sets. There are puzzles and cryptic things to solve that you're probably going to have to talk to each other in order to solve, because we wrote some of this stuff individually and then couldn't solve it ourselves. So we had to help each other do it. So it's not meant to be easy. It's meant to be difficult, and it's meant to be something that engages all our channels in talking about the project. And because a lot of those clues are cryptic, it actually does talk about a lot of our utilities, and this is where the clues will be in certain places around the internet. So it's going to be really fun. So excited to drop it. So I guess we could kick off. Ben Nichols got the little teaser that you guys have already seen, the Ben Hammond NFT teaser. Drop that for any newcomers to the channel to have a look.
Yep, good to go.
You're gonna have to share your audio when you share the screen also.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry, just a sec. Where is that setting?
If you click on the share screen button, there'll be something that says share your audio as well. Share system audio.
You got a good beard going on at the moment, Pappy.
Yeah, it's due for a trim for sure.
Yeah, that's a great beard. I've gone the other way. I've usually got one as big as you, and I have to shave. I can't stand it. I love beard.
Yeah, it's nice. Just need to clean it up a bit.
Yeah, get out the clippers.
Sorry, guys. No, that option's not there. Share screen. I've just got the screens. Share screen or cancel.
Okay, that's good.
So if you click share screen,
yep,
and then click whichever screen you want to share, and on the bottom there's a checkbox that says share system audio. That's how it is on PC anyways.
No, not on my end. That's weird. I'll drop the video into our chat.
Yeah, I can share it if you send it over to me.
Yep, it's just coming through now.
That was a bit of a fizzle, wasn't
it? Sorry, guys.
High tech outfit here. Can make films, can write code. Can't get audio to work. I always find these things buggy. You go into all these kind of things, and there's always issues with going across.
Yeah, must be a restriction on Mac, maybe.
I don't see where you shared it to. Did you send it on
That
Telegram?
was to our admin chat.
In Teams?
Yep.
Yeah, I've got nothing coming up in
Telegram.
In admin on TG admin.
Yep.
Oh, okay, there it is. Got it. Okay.
Maybe Ben, if you push the longer version across to Pappy too, so you can share that.
Doing that as we speak.
Right, doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
So you guys have probably seen a bunch of the NFTs that we've rolled out. There's a whole bunch of different ones. There's some lovely, colourful anime style art based on characters of the film. There's also a whole bunch of attribute style or trait style NFTs. We've got a few thousand of those. I'm not sure if we've shared those to the channel, but they're kind of more your classic style NFTs that everyone likes. Oh, here we go. We've got the video.
All right, turn it on now.
I got audio and no video.
Yep. Same. The two of us can combine. We'll be able to get it going.
Yes.
Here we go. Here we go.
There we go. Yeah.
Can't play. Hold on. There we go.
All right, so that was actually the Clue one. That was the.
That's the short one.
Before.
Did I play
No,
the
that's
wrong
the long
one?
one. Had the. No, it's all good. Had the thing in it. Had the clue in there. Yeah. But yeah. So if any of you guys caught that, there was a clue in there. I don't know if you'll find it, but we will post it in the channels when this chat is on its way a little bit further down, and you guys will be able to find the clue, which will take you to the first set of doors for the puzzle. Do we want to show those doors, or do we want people to just discover those doors?
Oh, let's show them. Let's show them.
Let's show them. So Ben should be able to share that, I believe, because there's no sound on the.
Yep, I can do that one.
And so while we're doing that, yes, we've got the attribute NFTs, and then we've got 3D rendered NFTs. We've got a whole bunch of stuff that you guys have seen. There'll be different rarities. There we go. Here's our doors. So this will kick off the beginning of the treasure hunt. There are 2 doors there, and you can choose your door, and that will take you. Either door will take you on a path or multiple paths around the internet and through a series of other web pages to finally come to the resting place for the end of the puzzle, and there will be prizes along the way and a prize at the end as well. So once we jump off here, we'll drop this video and we'll drop it in all the channels, and then everyone can get started on the puzzle. So yeah, we're really excited. We're also working with the gaming company at the moment and developing a series of NFTs with those guys, just the concept art that will form the assets for the game as well. So that process has already been going for a couple of weeks, and we're getting some really great artwork through those guys, and we anticipate to be building the first assets for the game in the next couple of weeks once we finalize those artworks for it, and then putting together an Unreal Engine generated short film, essentially, that will give you the gaming experience and what the world looks like and how the game will look and feel, and also tell you a lot about the story of it. The great thing about the game that we're most excited about is that we're able to really listen to the community with the game idea, and we're able to, once we build the initial game, depending on which parts of the game are more popular or which characters within the game are more popular, we're able to really listen to the community, and then as we build on that game, because you can continue to build levels over time, we're able to do similar to what Star Wars does, is that you have a main film or a main narrative that you have in the films, and then you're able to explore all the other worlds and characters off that, in the same way that you have a Boba Fett TV series or a Mandalorian series, and people get interested in these smaller characters that are in it. And so through the gaming experience is where the community really comes in, because we want your input on that, and we'll also be able to track which parts of that you guys really like, and then be able to tailor that game as we build it out to what the community wants, which is a really exciting prospect for a game. It's fantastic to be able to really engage you guys and the new community members that come in and really build a game that everyone really wants to see and wants to play. So we're really excited about that. The just a bit of housekeeping with what we've been doing. We've got Dan here, who can just talk us through the film crib briefly, and what we've got planned for that coming up. Got some good things.
Hi everyone, Dan, aka Crypto in this space. So I'm in charge of the film crib, and looking. One of the main things I'm doing is just contacting filmmakers every day and introducing them to the crypto world and enticing them in and to submit their films to the crib. But another thing we're doing right now is we've got an interviewer who has interviewed everyone from Tarantino to John Carpenter to Jamie Lee Curtis from Halloween, and he's going to be conducting interviews for us with our filmmakers who are on the crib currently, about how they made their films, how they financed them, what their ambitions are. But we're also speaking to established filmmakers, Hollywood filmmakers, and filmmakers from other industries, Bollywood and so on. And we're going to host their early short films. We're in negotiations on this anyway. We're going to host their early short films and also have interviews, Q&As with them about how they made that first short film and what their ambition was and how they got from that space to where they are now in their body of work. I should also say that these will all be streamed live on the crib. There will be a facility for you, the audience, to type your questions in so that our interviewer can ask the filmmaker questions, your questions about it. And it won't only be filmmakers. Sometimes we'll have the actors on, and other key parts of the crew or the filmmaking experience. So that's something we're really excited about, and that's coming very soon. I'm working on another few bits and pieces of that today, but that's going to be a great resource. So once we've had that live streamed interview, then they'll be recorded, and they'll all become a resource for you all to watch. Aside from the short films, you've watched the short film, you want to hear the filmmaker speaking about how they did it and what else they're doing, you can go and watch that interview if you have missed it live.
And it's also a really good tool to engage with the film community, to bring more filmmakers to the platform and to get the views up on the platform. We're currently heading towards our target of 100,000 views, which is just amazing. We're really excited about that. We're still yet to drop our press releases, because that was part of this NFT rollout that will be happening during the course of this puzzle, which will engage more people. And like Dan said, bringing in those bigger names into the channels to talk film is going to be a valuable resource for filmmakers. And obviously, the more we build that platform, the more we have views, the more we reward the filmmakers, then the bigger that ecosystem becomes and plays a very important part in terms of our utilities in the ecosystem going forward. And so the guy that we've got to do that is fantastic. He's interviewing all the biggest people, from Peter Jackson to, like Dan said, Tarantino, and even people like Tom Savini, who's one of the greatest kind of makeup artists from what are the his major
he's
things?
done Dawn of the Dead, worked with George Romero. He's also appeared on screen in From Dusk Till Dawn. Tarantino's a big fan. Tom Savini is known as the godfather of gore. He basically invented or reinvented prosthetics. We will be interviewing him as well. Here's a little piece of useless trivia for
Sorry,
you
just
all.
1 sec, Dan. Who's
yeah.
got the dog in the background there?
Oh, sorry, that'll be me. It's been all day.
Thanks, mate.
Just
Keep
muting
going,
myself.
I was just going to say, Tom Savini, a useless piece of trivia, but something that you all might appreciate. If anyone's a fan of The Walking Dead, and you notice how the zombies walk, they all kind of walk a bit stiff. Well, Tom was the person that kind of came up with the idea of how zombies walk when he did Dawn of the Dead. They were trying to figure out how should zombies walk. And Tom said, well, they're all in rigor mortis, so they should be all a bit stiff. And prior to that, nobody had any idea how zombies would walk. So that's a piece of movie trivia for you. Zombies walk that way because Tom Savini said
it. and Tom Savini's got a really huge cult following because of all these kind of original gore movies, these classics that are basically kind of what started the entire genre. So he's like the godfather of splatter gore horror films.
Yeah.
So, by bringing those
work
sort
is
of people,
incredible.
That's right. Bringing those people into the channel is a really big coup for us. And really is going to start bringing in more people to that and enable us to build out that platform as much as possible. I'll bring some actor friends on that, that'll come on from time to time and be able to interview those guys, which will be fantastic for the channel. So I know a lot of people have dropped comments in there saying, when are you going to get your famous friends to drop a comment about RTGN? And I've said it a couple of times before, but it's not the sort of thing that people of that level want to do. They don't come on and spruik a non-financial advice token. It's just not something that quality actors want to get caught up into. But what they will do is come on the platform and talk about their work specifically, and we can interview them. And that's going to obviously, like we said, we record all those videos. Those videos will form a collection on our crib. They'll also put them in our YouTube channels and through all these channels. And so that's a way of engaging, that level of excuse me, celebrity that people want to see in a movie token, but without them having to, spruik a token, which just isn't something that is a viable option. Once obviously we get the film up and running, and then you have actors attached to the film in a legal sense and a legitimate sense, then of course, we'll be using our channels to promote the film, and therefore those actors will be part of it. But in the meantime, it's really about engaging them and bringing them on in a way that talks about their work, so that it's a respectful approach to these people, and becomes an information source, so that we can ask them about their careers, and then as one comes on, then we have the footage to bring the next one on, and you can kind of start circulating and building a platform that way. And like we've always said with this, it's all about the 1,000 steps on the road to the main goal. And so we've already built the platform with the capabilities to live stream. So as soon as we've got all our ducks in a row in terms of our first guests, and I don't know if I should be a first guest just to kind of kick it off and get.
We're trying to convince him to be at the moment, so maybe we should have a community vote on that.
We should have a community vote. I feel like all you guys know, but potentially, pushing out this thing. Not everyone who's coming to the crib or who will come to the crib will know about the ecosystem. So it's a good way for me to plug that, but make it under the guise of a Q&A about the Gold movie, about working with Efron and all those sort of things, which will bring a lot of traffic to the site, but not specifically, saying buy the token, which is what we've got to be wary of with this. Is it is a utility, and there are certain legal implications with crypto tokens in different territories around the world, and so we've just got to be cognizant of the fact that when we focus on utility, then we're completely clear. That's fine. We obviously can mention the ecosystem in those chats. We obviously are driving them to our platforms. but you know,
But we can't
it'll
give
be a
people
legitimate.
financial advice.
We can't give people financial advice, and we think that, you know, the crib should stand as an excellent platform for emerging filmmakers to come to and learn about their trade and hear from other people. So, you know, we've got the director of Wolf Creek, who a lot of you guys would know, Wolf Creek, which is a fantastic film. And yeah, he's made a short film in his early days, and so he'll be one of the guests that come on, Greg McLean, to talk about you know, making his first short films, and then about Wolf Creek and the making of that series of films. So, and Wolf Creek's got a huge cult following as well. You know, there's legitimate, you know, kind of, I wouldn't say legitimate. There are different types of filmmaking, and we find that with the genre films in particular, they're the ones that seem to have the most cultish following in the world, and so they're ones that will be hand selecting as well to bring new eyes to the channel, because genre fans are always very eager to hear every little nitty gritty detail about Tom Savini or Wolf Creek or things like that. So that's you know, that's going to be exciting. So we're really pumped up about that platform, and you know, it gives you guys, I know a lot of you guys too, when we launched this, went straight in and, you know, watched all the films straight away, and that was fantastic. And so you know, this will give more content for you guys to engage with, and also bring a lot of people to it. But there's also other films that are dropping on the crib too, so I'll hand back over to Dan about that for a minute.
Yeah. I was going to say, speaking of more content, we do have more content coming. We have secured 8 more Academy Award nominated short films through, you know, speaking to those filmmakers and introducing them to Retrogression and the Film Crib, and they're really excited to come on board. We're also I'm in negotiation with some 20 other filmmakers to bring their work to the platform. So that's ongoing, but I hope to have all of those guys in the bag, so to speak, within a week. So there's a lot more content coming, and we're having, you know, other filmmakers just randomly that we haven't reached out to, uploading their films from around the world. So that's great as well. So which is the actual idea for this thing, is that people will know about it and upload their films, but for that to happen, they've got to know about it. So that's what my work is, you know, largely about.
That's right,
at the moment, is reaching out to filmmakers, letting them know.
That's right, and curating the highest quality content that
Absolutely.
we can. So
yeah,
for an emerging platform like this to have 12 Academy Award films is extraordinary. I mean, we're only you know, a month old as a project. The platform itself is not even as old as that, or maybe we're at 5 weeks or something now. But that's huge. I mean, to have a platform like ours that is you know, recently launched with that kind of quality and content, and that many Academy
and the
Award
number
films,
of views we have, I mean,
and the number of views is fantastic. And so one of the things with getting films as well, which we should mention, this is part of the whole ethos of the project, is about, you know, the way the financing system works and the ownership of films is, you know, one of the hard things to do is to get films of that quality onto a platform like ours that doesn't charge people a monthly rate to do it. We're not interested in buying out the entire rights of the project, and to not have to geo-block them all, because, you know, a lot of these short films, even like major films, have been sold to all these different territories around the world, and there's about 130 territories that you sell a film to, and each particular territory is owned by a different entity for a duration of time. And so to be able to get that amount of quality and cut through that system and get them all on one platform that can play all around the world is just a fantastic achievement. So hats off to Dan for, you know, chasing these guys and putting all this in place, and, you know, encouraging these filmmakers to put their trust in us as a new platform. And, you know, the proof is in the pudding at the moment. There's the films are excellent, and as we build this, I mean, and trust in us.
And don't just take our word for it. If you haven't watched them, get on there and watch them, and judge for yourself.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
really important thing to say too, Dan, because the more you guys watch, the more views we get. Then it clicks into advertising revenue on the channel. The higher the engagement, the higher the advertising revenue that we can bring back to the project, and then the more buybacks we can do on the chart, and that's the way the ecosystem works. And I believe
and I
Ben
just
Hayes,
just want
who,
to
yeah,
I just wanted to add something about the films there, that you were just saying before, that they are, you know, some territories are owned by other people. And in talking to these filmmakers, you know, in many cases, I'm getting the filmmaker excited by it, but they are unable to put the film on because it is owned by someone else. And this is one of the things that we are trying to break down with retrogression here, is to, I guess, cut out all those middlemen that take the money, so that they've sold their film to someone or sold the rights, and that person then goes on and sells it to all these streaming platforms, you know, and have exclusive rights, where we're saying you can put your film on here non-exclusively, we can view it for free, and the filmmakers can make money, and they're really excited by that, but the people who make money out of them aren't. So that's something that we're coming up against. So the filmmakers go, I
yeah,
want my film on there, but those guys won't let me because I've signed a deal with them. So we're slowly turning this boat around, and we are turning
yeah.
it. I've got my hands on that wheel every day. So we you know, it's just informing those people, so that for instance, they may not be able to get one film on that they've got that they really would like for a while until those rights run out, but they're working on other ones that they will submit to us when they're finished, because they know
Yeah,
we're here. You know?
and that's the whole ethos of this project, isn't it? So, you know, if you
Yeah.
guys look in the channel, we've just dropped a podcast from Altsco, where I talk extensively about that very problem. They've just written a great article as well that they put out just while I was sleeping, or just before I went to bed last night, which is a fantastic breakdown of the film industry and the financing model, and the desire for it to change. And they've just put that. I just got a message when I woke up this morning. The CEO of Altsco, who said the response has been really overwhelming from their community about what we're trying to do, and how important it is, and that we're all, you know, in a project that's not just a token, but it's changing the way things are done. And when you're doing something like that, when you're a game changer or a disruptor, as it were, then, you know, these things take time, but you know, slowly word will get out there, and it's already starting to cotton on. And particularly in the crypto space, people understand this. Putting the power back into the community's hands and with the people is really important. Have a read of that. That's on our channels. It's a great article. They've just dropped it to their 45,000 subscribers overnight, which is fantastic, and it's already getting a great response, and we're getting a lot of support in terms of word of mouth about the project and what our ethos is. So that plays into exactly what Dan's been talking about, with the trying to secure films for the platform, and these things being tied up, and it being unfair for the filmmakers that they don't have ownership and control over their film, and quite often they've got to, you know, sell it up front to get it made. And so this is the problem with the film industry, and this is why we're here to change it. So that's great for the crib. I believe the D app and the iOS version of the Film Crib app is almost done. I think we're going into testing phase pretty soon, and that's exciting too. That people can just, you know, click an app on their phone and access all the content, and that's looking great and branded very well, and very functional at the moment. It's fantastic. And that'll bring new eyes as well, that these are short films for people on the way to work and back to works. Short content is really a good thing to engage people with at the moment, and people are looking for higher quality in short form content as well. So that's fantastic. We'll roll that out. One of the only hold up we have with that platform at the moment is the legals. There's a few hoops to jump through in terms of the Apple Store, and about the rights for us making sure that the filmmakers that do upload their things outside of the ones we bring to the platform do have the rights to upload that material, and so we've got lawyers working on it at the moment, entertainment lawyers who are going through our terms and conditions and making sure that we satisfy Apple so that we can get the app on the platform, which will be fantastic for us. Ben Hayes, do you want to give a rundown of anything?
Yeah, sure. I suppose. Yeah. So while we're on the crib, I mean, the part, like obviously Dan and Tony, they're excited about, you know, the film aspect of things and bringing new content and whatnot. But I tend to kind of enjoy, you know, sitting at a spreadsheet and looking at numbers. So I did touch on this in a few days ago when we had another AMA, and so Tony touched on it before. So what we want to do is implement the Wallet Connect function. We are holding that up for a minute while we apply for the app to go live on the Apple Store and on Google Play, because there is, like we said, we're in the legals at the moment, so we've got lawyers looking at it. They're not always friendly to crypto projects with these kind of things, so we've just got to tread very lightly with how we get this out there, because we're going to find line between, you know, having a legitimate sort of film streaming platform and the crypto project. So we just need to be careful about where we tread. But what we're looking at anyway, what I've been looking at is the way we've been sending traffic to the film crib, getting the numbers up, and then you can see data like how long people look at films, and how many films they're looking at, how many people are going there a day, and then what that translates to in terms of the kind of ad revenue we can generate from that. So then you know, for example, if, you know, 1,000 views generates so X amount for, you know, from an ad that is as part of the pre-roll. So for those of you who've watched it, you would have seen them after we get our splash screen, there's a pre-roll of an advert, and at the moment it's a lot of crypto projects, but then we're going to start to explore bringing in other adverts and other forms of revenue and how we can make that work for the platform, which then all ties into the ecosystem. So, sorry, I got my family noise in the background. Yeah, but then we can get, when we get figures on that, then we know how much we can start to look at using for buybacks and things like that, and then how we can actually present that to potential new investors as a utility, and how the utility can actually work and why that's valuable from the token point of view. So I think we're starting to get some good metrics on that, and that's something we'll be able to present, you know, in the next few weeks, and then that will tie into creating the Wallet Connect. And then once the Wallet Connect is in there, so we'll be able to actually say this is how much you will earn per view. So I know we've been talking about the view to earn for, you know, since the start, but we haven't actually had the data on that. So we didn't just want to say, okay, here's a million RTGN, let's just, you know, people can watch, and then all of a sudden our wallet's it's dry, and we only have 1 billion RTGN in existence. So we have to be very careful about how we actually distribute that and how we give it out. So we are bringing all of the numbers together at the moment from all of the different places, putting that into a spreadsheet, and then going, okay, so now a view is worth this. This is what we can afford according to how much ad revenue we can bring in, and everything just needs to balance. And this is, yeah, so I'm quite excited about where we're going with this, because now we're starting to sort of get a good understanding of the ecosystem. And you know, we've let it run for sort of 4 to 5 weeks or whatever we're at now, and yeah, it's now everything's sort of starting to fall in place. And then when that falls into place, then, you know, other aspects of the ecosystem will start to make sense and fall into place as well. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff that we're doing in terms of numbers and just making it all add up, which I'm quite enjoying at the moment. So yeah, but I'm really looking forward to the day where we can just sort of put that Wallet Connect on, and people can go to the crib and go, all right, awesome, my MetaMask is connected. I've watched, 10 films, and then there's your balance. And then you've earned, however many RTGN. So that's what I'm working towards, the whole team's working towards. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that particular day. And it's just around the corner as well. You're on mute, bro.
Yeah, it is really important, because that is the last part of making that a complete ecosystem utility, is once we start rewarding the community. Obviously, currently we're rewarding the filmmakers, which is great, but in order for it to be a whole ecosystem, then it needs to feed back into the community. And one of the concerns we had also is that, we might get a bunch of people just running films continuously and sucking the supply of RTGN, but not actually watching the content. So we've got back-end things that we've been building as well on the website that, means that you can't just stream 100 hours of films continuously and earn all the RTGN tokens. There will be a daily limit that of views that we think is enough for anyone who really would have the time to watch films. And so that's a really important part. And once that final piece is in play, like my brother said, that's the complete ecosystem done for that platform. And so bringing in new people, new eyes to be rewarded. Obviously, if you've got an already hold RTGN and you've already got a wallet, then that's fantastic, because you can start earning straight away. But anyone else who comes to the platform that doesn't own crypto, they're going to pretty soon cotton on to the fact that it's a watch to earn as well, which is a very unique experience in the crypto space. It's something that people are starting to cotton onto in other areas, not particularly in film. There's music streaming versions of it, but so it's very cutting edge utility to do view to earn. It's going to be really popular. I did notice also that the director of The Crow and a couple other big films, Alex Proyas, was dropping a short film platform the other day, and I was looking into that, and he was rewarding filmmakers as well. So there are some big Hollywood hitters outside of us that are on the same ethos path, and his whole ethos was the same thing about rewarding filmmakers. The difference between their platform and ours is that they charge a monthly fee. So you have to pay $6 a month to watch the content that's on that film, and ours is free. And so I believe that gives us the advantage in terms of generating more views and more people coming to our platform. So really exciting times in terms of that utility. So, the next thing, obviously, which you guys are here for, is the NFT rollout. So, we can let the puzzle start. We can drop things in the channels. And if we could open it up now to anyone who has any questions in the community about the project that they want to know or they want to ask the team, then now would be a good time.
And we can might now be a good time to give them a bit of a taste of the NFTs that we've got coming up.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So we'll show you a bunch of NFTs. We're recording this and putting this out onto other platforms, so it's not just you guys in the TG channel here. So this will go out wider. But Ben will bring up some NFTs here. So all the NFTs are narrative based. It's a narrative based treasure hunt or NFT hunt. It's based on characters in the film. For anyone who read the excerpt of the screenplay that was in there, then you guys would know that it's a film set 350 years in the future. And Ben Hammond works on the blockchain and has implemented a system called that rewards people according to their carbon footprint via tokens, via the RTGN token. And so that's written into the film. The whole world exists on the RTGN token, and all other currencies have been discontinued. And the more carbon friendly you are, then the more you earn the RTGN token. And he goes to Omega military compound because one of the other blockchain security experts has been killed, and he is asked to go and take over there and put the systems back up. And when he gets there, he realizes that all is not what it seems, and that the system that he created has been repurposed to enslave people on Omega, and particularly in Kappa City, which is a slum city, which is essentially filled with old people and children. And all the able-bodied people, the parents and siblings and things like that, have all been put to work out on the sand dredging fields because soil is a big commodity in the future. And they've also been used in sweatshops that are creating the 5-star energy-rated green eco products that the entire world have been told to consume. So, the themes of the film are about government control and consumerism and using fear in order to generate profit, and it's profit for the few instead of the many. And so the NFTs that you're seeing now, you can see the little badge on there. They're the PAT soldiers, which is the People's Army Against Tyranny, and they are the underground rebels that we assume at the beginning of the film are terrorists, or we're told by the Chad government that they're terrorists. And Ben Hammond learns through the process that they're actually not terrorists at all, that they're freedom fighters, and that they are fighting against the oppressive system to liberate the slave trade. And so, these are NFTs that you can collect, which are PAT Army soldiers, as Ben rolls through them. There's some ordinary concept art there. That's one of the kind of early incarnations of it, of character design of PAT soldiers. Some of them will be rare. They will have the PAT emblem on their jacket, which will be the more sought after ones. And there you can see really early concept. So you can get the NFTs of the really rough early sketches of these, as well as the final renderings as well. We're kind of delivering the NFTs as a process, creative process at the same time, and showing how we've came up with these characters and the design for these characters, which will appear in the game and the film. So these are characters that you will see in the game. The characters that are in the movie. These are NFTs that some of them will have a use case in terms of unlocking other levels. Some of the NFTs are kind of, there's comic book versions of the NFTs, which goes into certain scenes that are in the script and actually essentially storyboards. There's Ben Hammond talking to the Chads, being told that there's been a terrorist attack on Omega and that he must go and sort it out. So there's comic strip style NFTs which tell the story, which are fantastic. Told that these are a series of PAT soldiers as well, and in a different style, obviously more of a kind of anime style and more of a colorful style, less realistic. So we've got those guys.
We have a number of different collections.
That's right. There'll be different collections, different styles by different artists. There's the old lady, the Oracle, who is in there that Ben Hammond meets up with, and she becomes essentially a gateway for him to go into the underground tunnel system and track down the leader of the PAT rebels so that he can join them. And in the story, Ben gets a little button, a little message that he gets hold of from Beaconsfield, who is, and there's a version of Ben Hammond. It looks very Sin City, this one, which I kind of like. He gets a little message from Beaconsfield, who's the other block programmer that got murdered, and that all is not what it seems, and that's what kicks him off on his journey. So these are other 3D renderings of the PAT soldiers there. That will be part of another collection. So yeah, there's 2D, there's 3D. This is one of the sketches that our gaming company artists have developed, and this is McKinsky. He was the head of the military, the Omega forces, a nasty kind of very militant old bastard that that doesn't take a liking to Ben and is essentially the kind of guy that he needs to take down his ground forces and get to him in order to liberate the people. And so that's initial kind of artist sketches. This is really cool here. This is an Unreal Engine 3D rendering of one of the Amiga soldiers, and you'll see here that you've got the 5 red stars here. So this is a really cool one. These will be animated, and the helmets will open, and the helmets will reveal a different face. So it'll kind of move in like a movie shot into a close-up, and then the helmet will open and reveal a different face, and we'll have a whole bunch of different faces in there, different attributes, and then different stars on the thing. So you'll have a 1-star soldier, a 2-star soldier, 5-star soldier, and then McKinsky is the 6-star general. So they'll have different rarities as well. And for anyone who's seen, actually, I don't think you guys have seen the actual video of this yet. We haven't dropped it. We've just dropped this image. But we've also built a Unreal Engine background for these now. So an artist has created an Unreal Engine background, which I don't think I've even shown you guys. I haven't shown you either, Dan.
No, I was just about to say. I'm excited.
Yeah, the guy
I'm as excited as everyone else.
I'll have to send it to you. You just finished it off yesterday. So he's created an Unreal Engine 3D background, which is a decaying city and part of the landscape of the film that this soldier will appear in. It's got kind of vines hanging down. It looks like it's a bit like that Will Smith movie, I Am Legend. And so that's 3D Unreal Engine as well. So when these NFTs will appear in their environment as a video with different attributes in them, which is really super cool. And obviously, they'll probably be the rarest of the NFTs. There's an original concept sketch of Ben Hammond, which was done with our gaming company. And we went through, what are the clothes of the future? How futuristic do we want to make these clothes? We want to go to kind of naff Star Trek-y. So we've kind of kept it contemporary with hints of kind of futuristic things. And so that's Ben Hammond, our man. Who is Ben Hammond? Hashtag who is Ben Hammond. You guys spread that around. We'd like to get the word out of people interested in who he is. And so, yeah, there's a whole different collections there of NFTs.
Yep, that's everything we've got for today.
Right. And there's a whole bunch of other ones that you guys haven't seen. There's a collection of your more standard ones with different attributes, different clothing, different faces, different hair, different weapons as part of the Pat soldiers. So I think there's over 2,000 of those different rendered versions of Pat soldiers. We've also got the Citizens of Alpha line that's coming, so they'll be more kind of hip, futuristic hipster type people who are living on the island that Ben Hammond originates from. Very different to the kind of Pat soldiers who are the poorer nation, as it were. So really excited to roll these out. It'll be really cool. And so outside of these as well, there's some exciting NFTs that are a world first. So there will be NFTs executive producer credits, and there'll be a very, very limited number of those where whoever is holding that NFT at the time that we make the film and lock off the credits of the film will be credited on their own, their name at the front of the credits with the producers and directors and the actors' names in a very prominent position in the credits of the film as an executive producer. So if you do get hold of that one, I'll hold on to it. There's also other film NFTs like a cameo role in the film that will be rare, and we'll probably offer those as in a mystery bag of sorts. So it would be random as to whether you get it. Obviously, that's going to be super rare. You can trade that off to other people and sell it if you like, to give them the cameo. So not only you can use the secondary market to make money off these NFTs as well, which is great. And then we will also have set visits and visits to the set of the film and things like that as NFTs as well. And so as we get further into the gaming aspect of the film, that's when the real utility comes in as well. That those ones will unlock doors to different levels of the game, so that you can experience and then pass that on to another gamer or sell it on the secondary market to another gamer who wants to experience those levels. And obviously, as we build out more levels, there'll be more of those NFTs to collect and explore. So yeah, super excited for that. So I've kind of covered the NFTs, so I'll open up to any questions if we have any. Anyone? I think everyone's muted, so how do anyone
I think I've
on
got
this thing
everyone
know
unmuted, so they should all be able to talk.
Okay. Anyone wants to jump in? If not, then we can drop the video in all our channels to kick off the NFT treasure hunt. And
I just want to say, anything you're seeing at the moment could be part of a cryptic clue in the frames of Anthony, Ben, and myself. Could be. Might not, but could be. So if you're looking at this, just observe.
Yeah, some of the stuff in the file, you're really going to have to keep your eyes peeled. You're going to have to go through materials. You're going to have to chat to each other about these clues. We will drop hints if it becomes incredibly difficult and people just get stuck on it. But you'll see when it starts, and I don't want to reveal too much because it's kind of cool, is that there's those first 2 doors, and then there's another one opens up to 4 more doors. So there's all these different, what do you call them? Like roads that you can go down essentially. And you could get to a roadblock. You could not. You could get to the end of that one, but then you got to go back and, to the other doors again. So it's a lot of fun. I'm actually really looking forward to
We hope you enjoy it.
Hearing what you guys think of it, and I hope you get a lot of engagement, a lot of entertainment out of it, which would be cool. But
some people have picked up on some clues already and already started. So they found the doors. So, the first door. So that's quite cool. And I see a few people have, moved on to the first steps.
God, they're quick, aren't they?
Yeah.
I wonder how they got that. I wonder if that was when we shared the screen, there was a little web address on the top there.
Could have been a clue.
Well, we're going to drop the video now for the NFTs. The first clue to get you, for anyone who hasn't found it, the first clue to get you to the first set of 2 doors is in that video. So happy hunting. We'll leave it there for now, and we'll be in the channels all week. We'll put this around. We're going to go around to Twitter Spaces again, and Discord, and YouTube. We're always around for any questions that anyone has. We'll continue to roll out the marketing with influencers and press releases and things like that. Stay active. Thank you to the community for being here. Thanks for all your support. We really appreciate it. And get out there and shill your bags, because it's the best way to take all the information that we give to you guys and then get it out wider. So thanks, team. Thanks, guys. We'll drop the video. And good luck with the hunt.
See you guys.
See you.
See you around.